Marilyn and Caryl get wrapped up in our obsession with the perfect body. How far we'll go to get it.
Getting nervous now.
And whether it isn't just time to get over it.
Well, no matter what size you are, nobody out there has the right to tell you what you're supposed to look like.
What you want, baby, I got it. What you need, you know I got it. All I'm asking is for a little respect when you just a little bit, hey, baby, just a little bit. R-E-S-P-E-C-T, find out what it means to me. R-E-S-P-E-C-T, T-K-T-C-T.
And now, please welcome your hosts, Marilyn Kentz and Caryl Christensen.
Tell your family to stop now.
Oh, boy. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. Well, today we are going to talk about the number one thing on every woman's mind, and it is not sex. It's our bodies.
All of us have one. And at one time or another, we have stressed about our bodies. I know that's true for us.
Never ends. You know, and so on today's show, we're going to get some information that's going to help all of us make peace with our bodies for once. And I just want to start by saying, as the years go by, I personally continue to raise my plateau of happiness by 5 pounds.
Now tell me, what is that?
Well, what it is that, see, like in 1985, I was happy at 125. And
Pounds.
In pounds.
Yeah, okay.
And then the following year, I was happy with 130 pounds.
Yeah.
And then the next year, 135 pounds, and it's 1995, you guess.
It's ugly. It's those little Debbies you've been going after. I watch you. And you never appreciated those past years.
No.
I'm looking at pictures of myself and those old pictures, I'm going, oh, I was thin then.
I do that too.
Why didn't anybody tell me?
I do the same thing, and then I start blaming everybody around me. I was thin then, you made me feel fat.
You know, and for me, the worst part is my stomach. You know, because it just, you know.
No, that's a gut. Gut.
Well, I had a couple of babies and a couple of beers. And you know, the other day, I was in the mall, and this woman came up to me, and she said, "When's the baby due?"
Oh.
I just had to say June 12th. 1974.
Oh.
So sorry.
Well, it's a good thing it didn't move on her. We all would have been in trouble. Well, you know, Marilyn and I have this theory that we have a contract with America. You've heard of Newt Gingrich's contract with America? Well, we have our own contract with
That's
America.
right. We all have our contract. We all have an obligation
to the public.
A responsibility not to show that which is blubbery. We should be showing that. If
No.
you've got a gut like mine, don't wear the little halter tops and the little bike pants. You're breaking your contract. And don't be thinking that if you top it off with a perm and a little bow, that's going to make it better. Doesn't work.
It's wrong, you know? You know, if you're wearing something that is hurting you, there is a good chance you are hurting somebody else.
You know, and then every January I go on a diet. Now,
Of course.
I'm 48 years old. Can you imagine how many diets, how many tries I've done? I've done half of them with you.
Oh, I know. We've tried.
I always start off in January because that's when I am the whitest. And I just think that cellulite looks a little better tan, don't you?
Oh, yeah. I always schedule my pap smears for the summer.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. I like to look nice for the doctor, you know.
I don't know. I guess I'm still holding out for that quick fix, though.
Oh, yeah, I'll get thin if I don't have to do anything.
Yeah, I'll do that, too.
I'm always looking for that pill. And you know what I found, Caryl? It's a little present for you.
What?
This is an inhaler. It's called Suppress. And what it does is that it suppresses your appetite. So every time you feel just the urge to be hungry, which I know happens quite a lot, actually with both of us, you just sniff it. See, nice little smell.
pretty
Now let's see if it works, okay? Take
Does
that.
it come on a rope? Because I might need it on a rope.
Let's test it. You still reaching for the chips? Okay. All right. Well, we'll hang on to that. Well, today we're going to try some other crazy products that women are always trying to see if that works.
Oh, I know, we're desperate people. And then we're going to meet a top supermodel who says throwing away her size 4 clothing was the best move she ever made.
And we'll learn how we can feel good about the body that we already have instead of the one that everybody's trying to sell us.
Because, you can't be running to Disneyland every day to feel good about yourself. There's not a one of us that hasn't stood 2 hours in that line at Space Mountain and watched the extremes of humanity roll by.
You are always comparing yourself. And it's really hard here in Hollywood because we are in the body perfection capital of the world. And it's at us all the time. It's on TV.
Magazines.
In the magazines.
Everywhere.
It's everywhere. And I'm just sick of it. I'm tired of these, my little no fat, no salt, size 4, personally trained, leather-bound, calorie counting, colonic loving starlet. That is not real. But this is real. Oprah never showed you this, huh?
Now, if we have the guts to do this, then you should have the guts to stick around for today's show. Don't go away.
Next, Marilyn and Caryl get wrapped up in losing inches.
To look thinner, younger, better, especially if it's quick and painless. So here to show us some of the latest gimmicks is our own man about town, Brian Peck.
Oh.
Hi, Brian.
Hi, nice to see you.
Shake my hand.
Man about town. That's
Man
good.
about town.
Yeah, man about town. I've actually been chosen to demonstrate these body image exercise things because of my perfect
Wonderful
physique. Yeah.
Okay, what is this thing
This
sitting
right here, this ugly thing here, this is a kombucha mushroom.
Kombucha
Mushroom. These are very popular now, particularly here in LA. You can buy this at a health food store. And what you do is you soak this in a bowl with just regular old tea.
Okay.
And sweeten it. You let it steep in there for like 10 days. You have to put it like in a dark closet for like 10 days, and it sucks all the good, healthy stuff out of this kombucha mushroom.
And then what do you get?
And then you drink it, and people swear by it. It's supposed to cleanse out your system, get rid of the toxins. People say it clears up their skin and works as an appetite suppressant and stuff.
You just put it in a bowl for a while?
You just sit it in a bowl, you put it in a closet, and then after 10 days you take it out of the closet.
Well,
Does it come out gay?
I don't know. Well, let's taste it and find out.
okay, let's see.
Let's just
see how
see
this
here.
No.
It tastes very bad.
No.
Now, if that's too much trouble, I've come up with a way that's a lot quicker. This is sort of like an instant thing. You just dip that and let that steep in there. So that's actually a lot simpler. Or you can just buy it at your health food store.
Okay,
Now,
what's this?
This right here, this is called the Chin Gym.
Oh, Marilyn needs that, I could tell.
Okay. Well, yes, if you're thinking you have more chins than a Chinese phone book, this is the kind of thing you can use, all right?
I'm getting action. I'm 48. I went out to dinner with my husband the other night, and it was very romantic, and he turns me to kiss him, and he pulls me by my action.
Nice.
Now, here, you don't wear dentures, right?
No.
Okay. You just put that in there.
This goes up my chin?
No, that doesn't go. Oh, sorry. And then you add weights, and you can do this just while you're sitting watching TV.
What are you doing?
You add weights,
look at that.
and what this does is this tones up and firms up your chin. You don't want to overdo it, though. You'll end up like Jay Leno. So,
Okay, what are these?
This over here is the facial. Right, well, hang on. You got to let it work. This is called the facial flex.
Facial flex.
Facial flex. This is sort of an isometric exerciser for your face. It's kind of like a thigh master for your cheeks. And you put this in, and you go, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. Okay? Yeah.
I bet you could eat with this even.
That's not good. Yeah. But this is a good thing. You can you can tone up your face and practice your hooked on phonics at the same time.
And eat.
And eat.
Okay.
Would you like that? I'm sorry.
Get the thing out of her mouth.
This is actually.
My God.
Okay, what are these two
now
blue
deep down
balls?
here, these big blue balls here are called This is called, and this is a family show. These are called the Swiss Flexiballs.
Oh, yeah, sure, you bet.
Yeah. I'm not sure why they're Swiss, except perhaps that they
We
remain
sit?
neutral while you wage war with your body on top of it. But you can do aerobic exercises. You can use them to stretch. If you see her sit on this, Marilyn, what you do is you can sort of bounce up and down, and as you bounce,
Oh, I saw that woman on the
bounce,
book
put
with that.
one leg out, then put the other leg out,
Oh,
and then
it's
put your
Russia.
arms over your head. Yeah, this is good aerobic exercise.
There you go.
That's good, yeah. Excellent.
Well, Brian, we actually found a place that claimed that we could lose, what was it?
70 inches.
No, it was lots of inches.
Lots of inches in
70 minutes.
Something like that.
It's called Suddenly Slender. We got this in the mail, and I got very excited because it meant they just smash your fat, and you really don't have to do any dieting. That's what we like.
And we did it.
Yes, we did.
All the
Because we-
stars go there.
Yeah,
Ann
we heard
Archer
that.
and Course Leachman and Courtney Cox. If it's good enough for a friend, it's good enough for me. So we tried it.
Come on, Caryl, let's get our fat wrapped.
I'm with you, baby. I'm with you.
Hi, welcome to Suddenly Slender. We've been expecting you. Why don't you follow me? We'll get you changed, measured, and wrapped. Right this way, ladies. This is Jody. She'll be measuring you.
Hi,
Jody,
I'll be
nice to meet
measuring you. All right, so we're just gonna start to measure you so we can see how many inches you lose.
Getting nervous now.
Now it's time to wrap.
You know, you'd think by my feet I was a very petite woman, wouldn't you?
So the bandages are soaked in a solution of inorganic minerals.
Inorganic meaning?
Inorganic meaning that they're not of the earth, so there's no way that you can be allergic to them at all. You can't have an allergic reaction to an inorganic mineral. And we wrap you really tightly so that the minerals can get into your fat cells and pull out the toxins. So when these baggies start to fill with fluid, they're going to be probably kind of yellowish, depending on how badly you've eaten the last couple of weeks. One of the other benefits of this is that we're shrinking your fat cells. We're actually compressing your fat cells.
Now we're going to work on lifting your buttocks. She's going to lift my butt, Caryl.
Suck it in.
A little necklace here for you.
So we are putting punches on you guys now to keep your body heat in, because the wraps tend to get a little chilly. They look good. Yeah, they look good to me. So now we got to take you guys out into the mummy room.
What's that?
The mummy room is where you're going to be moving, dancing, and just kind of moving your
We're dancing in this? For
Yeah.
how long?
for 70 minutes.
Get down, get down, get down, get down.
You.
Dance, baby, dance.
Running Man, everybody, Running Man.
Why have we been doing this?
Too long.
It's only been 15 minutes. We have so much more time to do.
Let's do something else. Like what? Right foot red.
This is pitiful. We are leaving. Let's get out of here. It's too stuffy anyway.
Oh my God, Meryl, we gotta go. We're gonna be so late.
Where have you guys been?
Eating.
Come on, let's go get unwrapped.
We wanted to see if this would really work, so we ate a little bit.
Oh yeah, it wiggles a lot less.
Oh, I'm so dizzy.
Oh my gosh, you lost a lot of inches. 2 inches around your neck alone, Marilyn. 15 inches overall. Do you believe it?
15 inches?
Yeah. Isn't that great?
Yeah. Hey, this is Caryl. This is Carol's card. Well, no wonder I lost so much weight.
Hey, I'm Big Bo.
So did this torture actually work for you, or what?
Well, you know, they said that I lost 9 inches, but they measure you like in over 60 places. So that and the Mexican food afterwards, pretty much a wash. Well, Brian, thanks.
Hey,
Thanks
thank
for
you.
coming here today. Bye. Well, enough with the quick fixes. Next up, we're going to talk to some real women like us who are struggling to match the body of their dreams with that body they see in the mirror. In fact, one of us has gone so far as to have a breast reduction. Can you guess which one? Well, we're going to tell you right after this.
Later, making hot fashions work for real bodies. If you'd like tickets to see the Mommies Talk Show in person, just send a self-addressed stamped envelope to The Mommies, KTLA, 5800 Sunset Boulevard, Hollywood, California, 90028.
Well, before the break, we asked you if you could guess which one of us had a breast reduction. Well, it was me. And I was huge. I was a size K cup, okay? Think about this. Double A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. K. That was this. I was so huge. I mean, can you imagine? Look, you guys. This is a K cup, okay? This is what I walked around with. Okay, can you, I mean, look at this. Look at this. That was me. I mean, it was so gross. And just to think that you had to sit around, you know, and I just kept getting bigger and bigger. And I mean, the more I ate, the more I got okay? That was me, you know? Oh, man, I tell you. Anyway, it was very hard for me, but I lived through it. Now get these things off. Now I can.
How'd you get in and out of that thing by yourself?
I'm telling you, it feels so free too because I used to do this and I'd go, oh, like that. Look how little. Anyway, every woman has a story to tell about their body image. I don't think I know anybody that is completely happy with their own body. And here joining us are 3 women that are going to tell us their story.
Well, we have with us Wendy Kaminoff. She's a 34-year-old comedian who has spent most of her life as a compulsive overeater, obsessed with gaining and losing the same 35 pounds. They're probably my 35 pounds. And then we have Aileen Grossman. She's a 27-year-old marketing consultant who admits that she will stop at nothing. She's going to stop at nothing, including full-body plastic surgery to get that perfect Barbie doll figure. And also with us is photographer Cordetta Spells, who, believe it or not, once weighed 315 pounds. Yeah. Well, she was so desperate to lose that weight that she finally took the ultimate step and had her stomach stapled. Help me welcome them all. Thank you. Thanks for coming. Well, Cordetta, you weighed 315 pounds.
Yes, I did.
Now, is that something you dealt with your entire life from the time that you could remember? Or?
Yeah, no. Let me think. 8 years old, 5'3", 145 pounds. Okay.
Right.
Petite.
Yeah.
And then, you know, what the thing was, there were times when I thought I was really huge and I wasn't. I remember being, 6'1" in the 9th grade, but my best friend was 5'1", and I was 160 pounds. She was 110, so I thought I was huge, but actually, you know, I wasn't.
No, but that was actually right for your height.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then when I got to be 315 pounds, you know, people were really, they trip out.
Cruel.
You know? Yeah, you get on the planes and then, you know, you start perspiring stuff. I'm trying to do that person running through the airport.
Oh, that person. That person.
Yeah. And then you get you're like all hot and sweaty and stuff, and people, you know, ask the flight attendant, can they move?
It's painful.
But the ultimate, I went to my doctor's office, had to have an MRI. An MRI is like this X-ray thing that they do that's really deep. They put you in this coffin thing with windows around and you listen to pretty music. But anyway, you're in this thing for like I don't know how long. Anyway, so the machine can only take you up to 300 pounds. And I was like, you know, a young 298 at the time, and very light. And the doctor said, well, I don't know, we shouldn't take a chance on you here. Why don't you go down to Santa Clara where the 49ers work out, because, you know, if Bubba Paris can fit into that machine that they have down there, you should have it. So at that point, I decided that I had to do something. I had my teeth wired shut before. I, you know, did the Jenny thing, the Nutri thing, and the weighty thing, and all that stuff. So this was it.
We've all been there. And Wendy, you said that you've lived this life of up and down. And
it's interesting
when did
hearing
it
your
start
story.
for you?
Well, you're 6'1". I'm 5'2" and 3/4. 3/4 very important when you're 5'2". You gotta
Yes,
mention
it
those.
is.
Very important. And you were the tallest one. I was the shortest one. They would line us up in class in size order. I was flat-chested, tiny, underdeveloped, and one of the girls had a problem. She had her period and made a mess in the bathroom. They wanted to line us up and see who it was. I was like, get out of here. You're not even a real person.
You can't play.
Right. I'm not even in the game. Basically, I always felt like, I literally didn't have any weight to throw around. I was this tiny little kid, and nobody took me seriously. Then when I got bigger, when I got older, I had some weight.
And you had a lot of weight issues in your family. You said culturally that, you grew up in a household that had lots of food.
Need I say more? Have another Kugel. And having like an intimate conversation with my parents, I would say, "Hi, Dad, how's it going?" He would say, "Last night I had the most incredible salmon of my life."
Right.
And I said, "Well, how about Mom? She had the tuna." Like to them, this is like a major, food. Everything's food all the time.
Food. But you got mixed messages because weren't your parents both trying to watch their weight all the time also?
Absolutely.
So they're like shoving food at you and watching
and my
their
father
weight.
was big, so he would hide food in the hamper, so we couldn't get to it. And it was all of this. And I was thin, but I wasn't thin enough. Then I became a gymnast in high school, so I'd start losing. As soon as someone told me, "You need to be thinner," I started sneaking food. It was the cycle began. The dieting and binging and the trying to,
Yeah, it's
craziness.
hard. And Aileen, what's wrong
what
with
is
you?
up with you,
Come here,
Aileen? Look
stand
at
up.
you.
Let
You
me
gotta
see
stand
you
up here,
here.
Look at she's tall.
She looks great. You just, I like plastic surgery and everything, but you can't get enough? What's the matter?
I just feel like I'm small, and like you're saying, you're what, 6'1"? I'm 5'2", and every single pound that I put on my body is just like right here, every pound and everything. And even though I look small because I'm small, but if you take my clothes off, you'll see there are like extra
small,
Oh, honey, I just took my clothes off.
I know
That is not. But what happened?
and I would
She's got a fat between her ears.
Everybody does.
You know what? I honestly, when people say that to me, the first reaction I feel is that, oh, good, I dressed well today, so nobody can see what I'm hiding.
But at what point will it be that you're happy? I mean, how much can you have removed and sucked and nipped and tucked, and then
I'll tell you.
When do you stop?
When you get from here up,
You're going to do the whole thing.
Well, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it.
And it can be so painful too. I mean, you had your stomach stapled.
Aileen, the body thing, been there, done that, girlfriend, okay, it hurts.
I know.
Cordetta had her stomach stapled.
It doesn't hurt.
Oh,
it wasn't
no.
so bad.
Well, you just had one little thigh. Oh, yeah, well, two little thighs. No, I have been the whole thing a long time ago.
Dueling surgeries
And I'm going to tell you something.
Dueling surgeries.
It's just amazing.
Before we move on, I have to know, who's harder on us, men or women?
We're the hardest on ourselves, but I think men are harder because society's still, advertising is still run by men to a great extent.
Men create the images that we try to emulate. I'm going to tell
it's
you.
the women that
It's those
orient it.
itty bitty
It's
little
when you're
guys
with
with
your
comb over
girlfriends.
hairdos that have the pot bellies that try to tell you what you're supposed to look like.
I disagree with you because I think it's when you go out and you're with your girlfriends and you're sitting around and they're like, oh, look at that one, look at that. And you were talking about it before. Because I heard when you talking about, oh, your contract, you're breaking your contract.
we're so
and I feel like women, and I know, who am I to judge? But I think I'm as judgmental on other people as I am on myself. And I think other women are like that. And we go out and we sit at a bar and we pick a little corner. We can watch everybody walk by and say, oh my God, I can't. She have a mirror in her house?
I think in the beginning you start with men and doing it for men, and then as you get older and more comfortable, you start doing it for
and then
yourself.
once you get married, I just want my women friends to notice my shoes. That's all I care about.
Bottom line is you have to do it for yourself. I mean, no matter what you do initially.
Sure.
And I think you have to forgive yourself for things that you've done,
Yeah.
And you have, because the real weight is here and it's here. It's called burden weight, okay?
Yeah.
And you have to let go. When you let go, that is a ton of weight. When you lose a ton, 100 pounds is nothing.
At a certain point, right.
When we come back, we're going to meet a woman who found peace with her body by trading in her size 6 for a size 16, so stick around.
We're talking today about body image and how hard it is for women like us to accept ourselves the way we are. Have you ever fantasized about having the freedom to stop the insanity? Well, and just let nature take its course?
Well, that's exactly what our next guest did. At the age of 17, she rose to fame as a top model, but after years of starving herself to stay thin, she finally said no to the diets and yes to the Haagen-Dazs.
She's now a happy size 16 and the most successful plus-size model in the country. Please welcome Christine Ault. We love you. Christine's here to make us all feel good about ourselves.
I know.
I think you two are doing a pretty good job of it on your own.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm just so glad to see that somebody else looks really lousy in tights like I do.
Not too hard, huh?
But we all clean up well, right?
Well, now your sister is also a model.
Yes.
She's a bitty model, isn't she?
Actually, she's doing more acting now than modeling, but yes, she's a little
bitty thing. Now, I have 5 sisters. Was there any competition there?
No, we all grew up in a pretty close-knit family, so there was no sibling rivalry, and we were about 2 years apart, so that was a good space.
So you followed your sister into the modeling business?
She started modeling before I did, many years before I did, and I didn't really know what I wanted to be when I grew up. And still don't know.
Yeah.
So I thought for a summer before I entered college I would try modeling, and it was one of those things, one summer led to another summer
But
to
you
another
started
summer.
as a size 12.
I had to lose weight. I had to
lose weight.
Yeah.
In order to stay modeling.
Yes.
So what was the pressure like in that industry in terms of having to
pressure,
drop the weight?
Yeah, the pressure came from the industry saying you're too big, you got to lose weight, you got to lose more weight. And even when I was wearing a size 4 pair of pants, my agency said to me, "You're doing a great job on your diet. Keep it up."
What kind of diet were you on?
I wasn't eating.
You weren't eating.
Well, I started with some really weird diets, like you would put a piece of Godiva chocolate in your mouth and chew but never swallow. That stuff doesn't work. Okay.
I always swallow chocolate.
And then you buy, the diet books, and you mix the grapefruit with this, and you can only have eggs, you can only have strawberries. Try all those fad things, and they never work.
Well, what was the turning point for you? I mean, at what point did you just say, I can't do this anymore?
Yeah.
It was when I was making myself throw up after eating. I said, this is getting weird.
Yes.
Yeah.
And, I mean, who likes to throw up? And
But that's another
Oh, no,
story.
you're making it sound like I'm bulimic. I have never lost a meal.
Just a big...
I mean, look at this. I've never lost a meal.
Just a big gag reflex. That's okay.
I decided that my career, I mean, it wasn't like this huge thing, that it was my whole entire life, this consuming career, that I said my health was a little bit more important.
Very
Good for you. And ironically, when I started large size modeling, they told me I was too thin. I needed to gain weight.
Oh, that's a good thing to hear.
I used to pad up. I used to have
pad up when you started doing plus-size
Fredericks of
modeling.
Hollywood sells this girdle with pads in it, and we would buy these girdles and have these pads and breast pads and everything like that.
Well,
now I don't need them. I mean,
Well,
I
do you
haven't
feel
used my
like
pads in a while.
there's anything that you've had to sacrifice, having the body that you're comfortable with? Are there things that you don't do, that you still don't do?
I don't wear a bikini on the beach.
No.
Right.
Well, what about you guys?
I don't either. I do
Oh,
not
now
go to a
this one,
public
the
beach.
bitty thing is going, you don't wear a
She's afraid
bikini
of them.
either.
I don't, and when I lie on the beach, I always make sure I always have to wear something that wraps and unwraps. So I lie down on the beach and I unwrap it slowly. And then when I'm ready to get up, I pull it underneath.
You're in the twilight, so this woman
We all
here
do
is
that.
gorgeous. Now, I'm going to tell you something. This is what I missed out on, all right? And you're gorgeous too, a little bit, but I need to talk to you. The thing is, what I missed out on some of the best relationships that I could have had, because my self-esteem was in the toilet. I said something was wrong with them for being attracted to me at that size. But
You
when I
thought
see
you weren't
women,
worthy or deserving of it?
Hmm?
You thought you weren't deserving of that
I
relationship?
didn't think that I was, because I had so low self-esteem. But I would see women 200, 300, 400 pounds, and I wouldn't change a thing about them. I thought they were gorgeous.
Right, and I was always
You
going
know?
out with people just so, but I felt so bad about myself. I thought, well, I'll wear this man on my arm like a medal on my chest. I don't look good, but he looks good. And I stayed in bad relationships. They were mean, but hey, they look good, and I wasn't alone.
Somebody likes me.
Right, I just like the self-esteem was so
But
high.
you know, but I was
I-
happy.
And there are so many times that I've been asked out on dates and stuff, and I'll get up and I'll get ready to, like, I swear I've gone out and I'm getting ready for my date, and I look in the mirror, and I just feel bloated and fat, and I just feel so horrible.
Well, that's what it is.
And I have canceled my dates and canceled going to parties.
no.
I've just not gone because I can't find
you
anything
didn't have to wear a bathing suit on
to
the
all
date.
you guys, to all the guys out there that think that I blew them off, it's because I thought I was fat and I didn't go out with you.
No, check it out. Okay. Now,
That is such a shame.
It is sad.
but you go to parties. And I'm 6'1". I go to these parties and stuff. And okay, I would get asked to dance. It would always be like some guy 5'6" who wanted to slow dance. It's like I got these nostril burns on my cleavage that just won't quit. Okay.
I wouldn't even go to the parties because I was afraid I'd be tempted to eat. I wouldn't go out to dinner with people. People thought I was the biggest stuck-up snob because they would ask me to go out to dinner. I'd say no because I didn't want to be tempted to
You're
eat.
heavy because I never ate
But
in
at
public.
least you could
I
find
let us in
dresses to
public.
wear. See, that's the big thing. Is it's so hard because the designers are not.
No, and you
They're
don't
not
want to
designing
go
for us.
walking into Pretty and Plump and get something when they name it like that.
But plus-size women and men are beautiful people.
I
You can
know,
be
but you
beautiful no
don't
matter
want to.
what
When you go to the
size you
party,
are.
somebody says, "That's a beautiful dress. Where'd you get it?"
And you're not going to say, oh, Pretty and Plump.
It ain't happening. Well, you know what? When we come back, I'm going to show you how to wear the styles you love without breaking your contract with America. Well, Christine.